I get to skip the counter and pick my car as a Gold Plus Rewards member. Sign me up for that. Sign me up, baby. Right away. I had no idea you were so funny. Robert, you are hysterical.
Meet Mineral 89 Booster by Vichy. Made with the iconic hyaluronic acid. A fresh texture, so addictive. It has thousands of 5-star reviews.
Ep4, can you let me know if the broadcast popped up? Because, you know, for some reason,
It popped up.
post it in the chat. Post it in the chat.
I can't. I'm in the game.
Oh, shit.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Hackers. I'll share it.
My boy was on it.
Dragons.
My boy Drew,
Drew
been waiting for a show for motherfucking like 10 advances.
You know what that means?
That nigga, he must be ready to be in the off this year.
Motherfucker winning. That shit, man. Good shout out to Drew, man.
I'm just glad my boy's super active right now, enjoying himself. Appreciate
He
it.
always active, man, for real.
Yes, sir.
He always active. Win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
And he on Cali time and be active. You know what I'm saying?
The funny shit is you got peep how he be hitting niggas as soon as we advance, ready to go. He be dead. When I be like posting, we about to advance and all that, he be hitting his next opponent every time. Ew. What's up?
Oh, damn.
What's up? Man, what's up, fellas? What's up on this Sunday, man? Game of Thrones.
I'm telling you, man, long time.
Game of fucking Thrones. Fuck, man. We got nice little conversations to have today, man. You know, as we always do, Freestyle Fridays on Freestyle Sundays. You know how we get it down. All I know is it's been an up and down season for my Baltimore Ravens right now, man. We are 9-4 headed into week 15 right now with the Cincinnati Bungles on the deck right now. It's been a struggle, man. It's been an up and down season. We feel like we haven't reached our peak this year. I think we missed 2 windows of opportunities for Super Bowls, lost both of those. And I don't know if it's a back-to-back loss hangover where I just feel like offensively and partially defensively, we're not where we need to be at right now, considering, you know, this team has been together for a couple seasons now. I think you start with the quarterback. Last year, we challenged our quarterback to get us to where we want to go, and he did exactly that. Couldn't finish, but did exactly that. This year, I think we took the pressure off of him because he showed us he could do it, and I think my coach is a little upset with himself for not challenging him. You know, some players just need that challenge. Case in point, Curtis Martin Jr. You pushed him this year to be the best running back in the league, and that challenge, would you agree that he has risen to the challenge?
Yeah, he's met the bell. But I think it's just the approach. I think for me, it's just to engage to one, and then two, it's like, you know, why not? Why not try something new, man? You know, I tell people all the time, there's levels to the game, and if you could master different things at different points in times, that just shows not only consistency, but the ability to do it. So for me, throwing the ball like I've done for years now, flip the script and now run the ball like the best person in the league. It just goes to just consistency and being locked in. But yeah, he definitely pushed him, man. But shout out to you for making me draft him, man. Cause I wasn't gonna get him at 2, man. I was gonna get 6'8" guy, Um, I think the snake wound up drafting him or the
Right.
safety. I forget, but you were saying I was missing a guy who could break tackles because of Banacanda. He was more a shifty guy, and I was missing that guy that could get me an extra 5 yards once he get contacted. So it's just fulfilling the prophecy, man.
Yeah, that was the drive where Roe Israel, the best safety in the league. I don't gotta repeat myself, right? I don't gotta
I
repeat my. I
mean,
don't care. I don't
I
care
mean,
about who.
Medline.
I don't care
I
about which
mean,
safety is
Medline.
leading in the interceptions and all
I
that shit.
mean,
Since his
Medline
rookie
wouldn't
year, he's the best. Now remember, he was on the bench for the first 4 or 5 games of the season unexpectedly. I didn't know he was on the bench. You add shit to your roster, you go to free agency and all that. Next thing you know, you got niggas not starting and you wasn't paying attention to it and shit. And
have.
he missed the first. So we gonna
I
call
mean,
it a
he's
hamstring.
one of the better safeties. I want to say best. I think the guy in H Town, the other H Town. Mr. Glenn got something to say about that.
Oh man, we got some legends playing really well this year. We got some coaches doing really good this year. We'll get to it when we get to hit his top 10 and all that good stuff. But what's some standout things of this season that you've seen throughout the first 15 weeks of football?
I gotta give a big shout out to the motherfucking Chargers. 12-1, man. One of the top 4 teams in the league. I gotta get them a shout out. I gotta get the Dolphins a shout out, man. Pretty much undefeated besides playing the Oilers. And then I just gotta give a shout out to the legends, man. The legends have breathed new life into the league. It's shit chipping, man. It's back to probably like feel like a December, November versus the April. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, that's my impressive
Chargers
point.
not a ghost either.
Disappointments. I mean, we'll talk about that a little later. I got some disappointments, but we'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah. I mean, man, I think it's been a challenging season. It's going to get a little bit more challenging because for a couple of seasons straight, I was screaming reset, reset, reset. But now we going into the ultimate reset. Like you can't expect me to sit here and make 99s and 95 legends 2 to 3 drafts in a row and not change the outcome of teams. So we're coming out of this season where we're dropping everything getting dropped. So you better get in reset mode to finish the second half of the year season of this league. So 30-year-olds, I don't care what position they play, will get dropped to normal no matter
I,
what.
I think with the legends, man, that's a good call. Because it just, it says it's a set, and I don't know when the last time I got an upgrade in practice, man, because it's just too many older guys. Like,
Well, that's why you
I,
got free agency players sitting there, superstar X Factor just sitting in free agency.
yeah,
Mike going, don't worry, Mike dropping all those players. They gonna get dropped within the next like 2 or 3 days.
yeah, I think this is, man, because again, it's the natural progression of things, man. You gotta reset your team at some point, or reload or reset, and guys are playing, guys that started the game, then it's about time to move on. Even if they was second, third, fourth year players when you got the team, it's like we're in year like 9 now, 7, 8, 9, something like that. It's like it's time. You know what I mean? It's time to move on and replenish, man, and draft and you know uh, those skills that way. So
I think
I think it's a
it
good call.
re-energizes things, and then it kind of resets us a little bit, like because again the legends will balance out your high overall players, but what's going to be crazy is well, this is the crazy part about the legends coming out. You're going to get guys to 99 overall fast, but they are not going to be true 99 overalls. You're going to be sitting on 99s
Well,
with
that's
75
happening now
awareness.
though.
Yeah, you
That's
start to
that's
see it.
happening now though.
Hmm.
That's happening now though. So I mean, you seeing it, man. I mean, the thing is that the adapt and adjust, man, and the great ones do it. So again, you've seen several people adapt to whatever one play call a game, whatever it was, man. The good ones adapt, bro. So that's what it is. So shout out to you motherfuckers that got young teams and you motherfuckers that got old teams. You know,
Get
start
out of the window.
strategizing. Start strategizing.
All right, so while we sitting here, let's go to the standings for a second. Let's run down our BCS. Well, our BCS, our hitters top 10. I'm my mind on college right now, and the newly acquired Houston Oilers. Like y'all team moved overnight like that, and the Houston Oilers.
We
First of all, how do you like
hit the
your?
Baltimore Colts. You know what I'm saying?
I hit the Baltimore Colts on
Hit
their
the
ass.
Baltimore Colts.
Let's go. All right, so I like the uniforms. I got to play you in the first game where y'all came out and revealed y'all new uniforms and all that stuff. Y'all 14-0 right now. Would you call it a quiet 14-0 though?
Yeah, it's definitely quiet. We just under the radar, man. We just working, man, building, getting ready for the postseason. That's what matters at. That's where you make your name, and we want to really see what our new running attack looks like against the top echelon of the league. So, we got some benchmarks. We played the Dolphins, we played you, played the Bengals, played a couple of people that got some run defenses, and we just working on some things. So we want to see if that can be consistent, whether it's Super Bowl, championship game, first round, second round of the playoffs. So we'll see, but definitely a quiet 14-0.
So we got a team that's located in Tokyo this year. The old Chicago Bears moved to Tokyo, Thunderbirds. Corey playing really good football over the last 4 seasons, man. Like really good football. They came in, uh, they hosted Baltimore and Chicago and beat the brakes off of us. He's playing good football. He locked in. I'm quite sure he ain't missing the show, ain't missing a chat comment, none of that. My boy locked all the way the fuck in. Do you feel like this is the year, the way he's playing right now? Is this the year that he can uh, dethrone our champion and get to the Super Bowl from the NFC side? The way he playing?
Oh, tough, man. He's right now he's looking like a regular season champion, man. I just haven't seen. I haven't seen it when it count, man. I see his scheme. I see it produces, but it's something about when the playoffs start, man. Backsides get tight, palms get sweaty. I just haven't seen it, man. Maybe Tokyo, the jet lag, or the time difference make it trip up the Rams or Seattle.
Well, if
But
he
right
can hold on
now,
to the number one seed, that's a long travel to Tokyo.
yeah, I just don't see. I don't see them when it matters beating the Rams or beating Seattle. I'm just, they gotta show me. They gotta show me otherwise. Not in the regular season. Um, you know, they've been the number one seed. I think the last 2 years, maybe.
They've been within number one over the last 4 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, they just gotta show me. They're playing very well though. They're playing
Here,
well,
Erica.
but right now they're like, they're the old Andy Reid. He's with the Eagles.
Come on, Corey.
Get it together, Corey.
Yeah, they got to show when they
Oh,
count, man. They come up short a lot, man. Come up real short, man.
I mean, I like where they are right now. That 13-1. They picked up with. I mean, you got to think about it. Last year they were a point away, or was it a 2 point game in that Seattle game? 2 point
It
game
was
away from
something
playing
that's what I mean. It's
in the
it's
championship.
it's those type of games though they haven't been able to win. You know what? The Rams, whether it's the Niners, whether it's Seattle, whether it's the Packers. It's like when they get in the playoffs, man. Those games, those ugly games, those 3 fumble games, those internet games, whatever. It's just they can't get over the hump. So
And those games do
I
expose
want to believe
themselves.
they can, but they got to show me. They have no history to show otherwise.
All right, so now we got a team that I would say no one in their right mind would have expected to see this coach, this football team, after a year of drafting legends, are sitting at 12-1, and that's the Los Angeles. Now they're the only Los Angeles team in the league right now because the St. Louis Rams are now St. Louis Rams are no longer in Los Angeles. They're not sharing the stadium anymore. They're comfortable out there in Los Angeles. They got the whole LA to themselves. And these Chargers are sitting here at 12-1 right now, man. We gotta give a big shout out to Bo. I don't care how he's 12-1. I care that he is 12-1. Simple as that. The games that he is playing, he is winning them shits. And it started off with I would say he started the season off with the phrase, not phrase, the conversation of the year right away, and that Chargers Kansas City Chiefs game where I got a text message. I'm getting the shit beat out of me by the Chargers. What the fuck, man? Yeah, the Chargers beat the shit out of me. You gotta look at my team. Oh my god! But shout out to Bo. I mean, he drafted Randy Moss at number 2 or 4, wherever he drafted at, and he ain't look back, man. He got those Chargers sitting at 12-1. Fuck, you've been talking about this off air a lot. Let's talk about him. Let me hear what you got to say about Bo and these Los Angeles Chargers. First of all, before you get into what I asked you, this is credited to a guy that enjoys the league, whether he win or lose. Right? Sometimes sitting through things and not giving up. I mean, you got guys that start losing and then they get ghosts. You don't know what the fuck going on with them. They ain't around no more. All types of shit. Like, he's been consistent who he's been since he's joined the league, right? And the payoff is happening right now, right? Because when you do, like, you might not take it as serious as some of the guys in this league do, but because you're engaged and you enjoy the league, you're invested. And because he's invested, it's really great to see him having this type of success right now, right? I think my advice to him would be build off of it, right? Don't allow this, because if things are going to change. What happens is you're going to play a number 1 schedule next year, and it's going to be super tough to play that number 1 schedule, especially if it line up the right way. Like, I might have the hardest schedule I ever played this season, from games 1 to 15. So you're gonna have that type of schedule next year, and the chances are it's not gonna look like it looks this year, or you're 12-1, right? But that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you haven't taken the next step. Just make sure you manage, and I would think don't get discouraged when you are playing the top guys in the league each week, because you're gonna get the number 1 seed in every division next year, as long as you finish number 1 in your division. Take that as pride and build off of that. But Falk, I'll go back to you and ask you the question. He is dominating right now, and it's not looking back. I mean, there's only 3 games left in the regular season. So at the worst, he finishes 12-3.
Yeah, I think this is probably the most impressive turnaround. Probably, I want to say probably the last 3-4 years
Mm-hmm.
Of this. Bo has, he takes his lumps, he takes his losses, but he genuinely loves it. He'll leave work early, work on lunch break to play a game. He might be 2-14 and he'll still play his games.
Yep.
And then they go back to week 1, the way he whooped ass to the point where they're calling around asking for help because they couldn't do nothing. And he's consistently done that over this season. Just shout out to him. Something's clicked. And I'm excited to see him in the playoffs. Like, I don't want to see him because I don't know what I'm gonna get. I fuck around and might lose, but he's doing something right because he's 1 loss. He's dominating, and not all force wins. Like, he's whooping the AFC West. And he's whooped some other people ass. I'm gonna leave right now. So yeah, man. Shout out to Bo, man. Keep doing what you're doing, Playboy.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. He's been over 8 seasons. When guys had 90 plus overall rosters, he had 70 and 80 overall rosters. So listen to what I'm saying. Just because he's 12-1 right now, if you go look at pound for pound players on your roster and his, he still got one of the worst rosters in the league. And one draft, One draft of him being able to get
Yes.
legends that are 90 and above changed his outcome of how he playing right now. So that tells you a lot because we watched Corey go from having one of the worst rosters to being able to put the roster together where it looks like anybody else is
Timeouts.
that's a somebody in this league. And look what he's been doing over the last 3 or 4 seasons. But yeah, Bo's turnaround is spectacular. But I also got to give Mike credit because Mike's turnaround has been great. This too.
Yeah, I would definitely say Mike's much improved, but I guess my statement would be 1 year turnarounds. I haven't seen Mike hasn't even done this, bro.
No, not this. Not this. Not this. I mean, it's
Overall, Mike's improvement has been way better, but from a 1 year turnaround, like he made about a one loss.
we talking about a guy that has been consistently 1 to 2 wins a year
Uh,
over 8 seasons after one draft and 1 year complete lock in is 12-1. And for not for nothing, man. 429-point scorer. He's showing balance. 290 points given up. That's not a lot of points given up in 15 games, bro. 290?
nope, nope, it's not. It is not.
Super impressive. The Miami Dolphins is back as well, though. Like you said, we opened up and lost a really close game to the Dolphins, showing me that Hoodie locked all the way back in, and he's back there. I mean, when you think of, just look at the points for, points against, right? Like they don't do too much offensively, they don't do too much defensively, but they're stingy on both sides of the ball. They can put you in a bind offensively if you don't play to that style of play that a lot of guys are starting to adopt now. They're quick throwing and trying to manipulate your defense by
All
moving niggas
offenses
around
are
and shit.
starters.
But defensively, they consistently stop the run and they force you into turnovers uh, out there in Miami. And they do a hell of a job when their back is against the wall. No didn't. And they sitting at
Yeah,
11-2 right now.
yeah, Dolphins, man, been a great opponent. I think overall our division not get credit, but
Hawks.
uh, myself and the Dolphins compete with any top two top two players get to compete with any division. In my opinion, man, he's definitely one of the players to be reckoned with. Always give you a game. Um, yeah, just impressive, man. Definitely look forward to our battles every year.
Yeah, I like where they at right now, man. They having a special season. After taking a few seasons of trying to get it back together over there in Miami. You come to number 5, you got our champs, the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, sitting at 11-2 right now. And they in a big time battle with the Rams right now. They split in the regular season, so it's gonna come down to the final 3 games of the year of who's going to win that division. Right now, they have the upper hand, sitting at 5 with the Rams sitting at 6. But look, man, when you talk about the NFC West, it's a conversation that's starting to show itself a little bit because right now it's
Mile
all about
High
the Seahawks and the
Broncos.
Rams because it seems like the 49ers is in decline mode right now.
Yeah,
I'm
I think the 49ers, they getting ready for 25. They getting ready for 25.
So the battle between and it's cool because consistency matters to me, right? And what I mean by that is um the consistency of, sometimes you might get burnt out. You seen Jimbo take one season off where he, just took a season off, was still here, but took a season off and then re-energized itself to be able to get back to being able to play good football. His identity has changed. Um, has a new design offense, and it's on full display right now. 564 points scored, along with the Hawks sitting at 575 scored. They looking to go to Super Bowl number 7, I think. If they go back to a Super Bowl this year, they already 5 in where they won 5. So they 5 for 6 right now in the Super Bowls, and sitting at 5, looking to get back to another Super Bowl to be the first three-peat we've seen since what? Well, we had a few three-peats in this. I know it. I fucking hate this dog. Can you get me some ice since she knocked my whole shit over?
Say that again, bro.
Nah, I'm talking about three-peat. Hold on, let me gather myself because I'm ready to kill this fucking dog. Like, she can't fucking do shit without you. As soon as you move, she starts skitzing. Huh? The fuck out of there. Look how she look. Get your goofy ass out of here before I kick the shit out you. Fuck out of here. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Seahawks sitting at C5, but they are on a back-to-back Super Bowl victory, looking to get a three-peat. And I was great to say we haven't had a three-peat in a while, but we have. I think we had one in like 22 or some shit like that. A couple of them.
Yeah, I didn't lost. I didn't
I know
track, man, but
I know T done won some back to back to back to back. Shit like that. You've done it.
I didn't.
Craig's done it.
Yeah, I didn't lose track of it, but it's definitely impressive what the Seahawks is doing. For being in one of the tougher divisions. It's basically become a two-man race over there. I think the Niners have just like attrition, just like the cream rises, and I think the Niners just hasn't been able to keep up, and it's showing. Where now it's just really just a two-man race over there between the Seahawks and Rams. It's a shout out to them. I mean, that's a tough division. And for them to win a Super Bowl five, I mean, I think it's only been what? It's only been 7 winners, and he's won it 5 times. But then with the other ones, what? No.
That's
Been
8
8
winners.
winners. Yeah, so you got Jimbo, you got Hoodie, you got him, and we all got 1, and he got 5. So I think it's definitely dominance. And yeah, I mean, you just gotta give them props. But I think the Rams coming for the crown, and we'll see. But I think it's just a two-man race in that
And
division.
you gotta like a battle like that because what it does is it's going to keep Seattle on their toes when you have a team like the Rams showing like it comes down to you know splitting right now every year and us missing each other to play to go to the bowl. That's what it's coming down to. It's matchups, right? It comes down to matchups every year. If we miss each other, then it's almost until somebody dethrones us. What you're looking at, Hoodie at 10-2. You're looking at Hoodie sitting at 11-2 right now. He's back in the mix. So if it ain't me or you, it's going to be Hoodie, or there's always going to be another person in the AFC that might have an opportunity. But we lost some heavy hitters over here, and we waiting for guys to step up, such as Bo stepped up to 12-1 this year. But over there, it comes down to matchups, right? And what's happening is Jimbo's biggest matchup in that division is him and Craig until you pay attention to how many matchups him and Max has played, right? How many times their games look like. So it's like if it come down to Jimbo and Max playing in the playoffs and Max wins that game, it's almost a free run to the Super Bowl for Craig. And it's right now, I would add Corey in the mix too because of how close his games are being played, even with those guys. Right now, if the matchup was the Niners and the Rams in the divisional round, and the Rams win that game, I think it's a different conversation. If the Thunderbirds lose to the Seahawks, you get what I'm trying to say?
Well,
Because they
I
don't
just
match up. They don't match up at the right time. They match up in the regular season. They split, but they dodge each other every year in the playoffs for the most part. Not saying is they never played in the playoffs. I'm just saying for the most part. And I think that's where the Rams and the Seahawks, that would be like the game of the week to look at, to really be paying attention to if they matched up in the playoffs at some point. So I like that matchup, man. They keep holding it down for the best leagues in the division. I mean, best division in the league. How about the Packers and Drew, man, sitting at 10-3 right now. Um, Over there, outside of the Thunderbirds, they the best thing smoking in the NFC North. And them not for nothing, they're not. At this point, they're still playing to win the North, right? I mean, they're 2 games out of first place. Simple as that. So I like what they doing over there. They locked in. They playing good football. And to be honest with you, man, both the Thunderbirds and the Packers, they both good teams that I talked about. Where I said the beef is cooking, and we're gonna pay attention to their matchup. I probably missed it. They probably already played again. I'm not sure. Because I thought it was around week 9 or something like that where they're supposed to play. I kind of missed that matchup. But I will say, the one thing I will say with them is they score points, man. Offensively, the Packers and the Thunderbirds both put points on the board. And then with their defense come to play, it's going to be a long day for anybody they match up with, right? Usually they're going to score points. The problem is they can give up points as well. And it looks like the Packers doing a pretty good job, only giving up 298 this year for 28. And then you're looking at what the Thunderbirds is doing this year right now. So that's going to be fun and interesting. Game 2 coming up. All right, bet. That's going to be interesting down the stretch. We got a new coach on the Jaguar squad, and usually it takes a new coach to change the culture. And the Jaguars, they're not even waiting to get used to their team. They're sitting at 11-3 right now. They're one of the best teams in the AFC right now. For
Yeah, New Year. Don't know much about him, but definitely got the team playing well.
They gotta remember the Jaguars quietly had a good draft, especially with the legends. They put a really good squad together. But we'll find out. Like, see, what it comes down to is when they play some heavy hitters on our side. We don't care what they're doing in the NFC and nothing like that. When they play some heavy hitters on our side, usually it comes down to playing them and seeing what type of, you know, team they could be. They don't even have to win the game. You'll know if they're good or not just playing them. Mike made a comment, yo, the Cowboys user is really good, and I'm like, it usually is like that, right? You get a guy come in, and if you can win that game and still think they're going to be good. All right, they're going to be really good for the league. I won't know that until one of us play the Jaguars to be able to say that, to have that conversation. But right now they're sitting at 11-3, with the Titans being 2 games out of the first place situation. So that's going to be interesting down the stretch too, because again, with it only being week 15, you still got games to play to be able to decide what's going to be what. And thinking about the Titans sitting at 10, the Ravens at 9-4 on a 3-game win streak. Again, we're struggling this year. We're not. To me, we're struggling this year. We got to get it the fuck together. Period. I mean, 323 points given up. That's fucking ridiculous. 453. That's fucking ridiculous. Titans at 10, and they're your top 10. All right, so Albert, you're in the mix right now. You on the clock right now. You know, had a couple of coaches that left your division. New coaches came in, and we still waiting for you to show us you ready to take over that division. Right now, the Jaguars, after being 0-17 and 1-16 2 years back to back, they are 11-3 right now. What's up? The next 5-loss team right now is the 49ers, sitting at 8-5 right now. And before we get into any more conversations, I'll talk about that right now. What's going on with these Niners, man?
Oh man, this is is interesting. I alluded to it earlier. I think it's the attrition, man. I think the team is rising. I think after so many battles, Seattle Rams have figured the Niners out, or really have, and the Niners are struggling, just reinventing themselves or adapting, be competitive. Probably have one of the better rosters, but I just think schematically they're just behind those teams, the Thunderbirds, the Rams, Seattle.
My
They're
biggest
struggling right now.
Yeah, my biggest problem would be with them is at this point of the, a league, we will know their identity. I don't know who they are defensively, who they are offensively. And I think because we don't know who they are, it's showing right now and when in the win loss column. I think I've yet to see them have a conquered identity where they know exactly what their team makeup is, who they are, what they are, what's your scheme like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they bouncing from, playbook to playbook, formation to formation, trying to figure things out right now. And at this point, with the roster they have, you can get away with it and be a playoff team and even play all the way to the NFC Championship game. But not having that true identity that you can fall back on, to me, is the reason why that's as far as they're going to go. Right? Because you could, again, as quick as I just said, with 4 losses this year, the Ravens are having a down year. Right? The Niners is having a down year, 8-5. Well, I don't think we've ever seen them really, you know, 3 games over 500 at any point of this that I can recall of. But they in the situation. And the question is, do they fight through it and surprise us? Right? Like to me, it's not too late for them to make a playoff and still get to a Super Bowl. What happens if that happens, Paul?
I think what it shows is they could turn it on. They could lock in. Um, they got the capability to do it. I just
Yes,
think
sir.
they just haven't shown it the last couple of seasons. I think schematically, again, Seahawks, the Thunderbirds, formerly the Bears, the Rams, have done different things where they have changed up or they've reinvented themselves or they keep other people on their toes. I just don't think the Niners are or have been doing that. Like, I don't know when the last time they had 5, 6 losses. It's still early in the
They
season.
should
I
they
mean,
should
not
be
early,
seven
but
and
it's
six.
still
They should
yeah,
be
it's
seven
still
and
like
six. They
three,
got a
four
force,
games left.
and they got a forced win. They wasn't supposed to get a last event, so they really should be 7 and 6 right now. So they snuck one by accident. Shit happens, but I still think, I mean, if this team is in the playoffs, you don't look at this team and not worry about it. Like, you better not be a person. I don't give a fuck what division you are, who you are, what you think you are. You think you gonna better just walk over them? You got something else. You thinking of the wrong shit. That's all I'm saying. Just because I'm saying they having a down year, they don't have an identity. In my opinion, it's just my opinion. What I do know that's a fact is they are the guy coaching that team is a dog, and dogs figure it out. They find a way to get a meal. So we shall see
Yeah,
how
and
that
that's the
goes.
thing. They got the capability of doing. Got to show it, man. That's it. They just got to show they can do it. But right now, teams like Seattle, Bears, the Rams are the cream of the crop.
Packers.
The Packers and the Niners are trying to find themselves.
Hmm. All right, that's the standings right now. Let's talk about what's being done in the awards race right now. As always, we go see who's winning right now in the MVP conversations and things and such. So right away, let's go to the MVP race. And right, Justin Fields, old ass, he will not be a quarterback for this. What happens when you drop in these 30-year-old quarterbacks? I mean, you in a situation, ain't you?
Close to it. I mean, I think it's gonna be fun, man. It's time to get, guys got to draft one. Guys got to trade for these young motherfuckers on the bench. You had Joe Montana moving around. You got, like guys have to figure it out, man. If you really a dog, if you really like that, you can figure out any situation. Um,
With that being said, Mr. Old Ass Justin is having a fucking great year this year. He is lighting it up. Um, and he's really, you gotta think about it. This is his third year with his receiver Perry Walton, the 6'6" freak. They really got a good connection right now going. As you can see, him sitting at fourth on the MVP race too. But we got a new name up here, the number 2 overall pick a couple of years ago, Curtis Martin Jr. in the running back room. Fuck. So Dan Marino Jr. chill mode. He playing, but like you guys focusing on a run game this year. And with that being said, Curtis Martin is now number 2 in the race right now. I mean, how did that happen?
um, just consistent, man. It was really tough the first couple weeks. 25, 20 carries. My passing game suffered. So I just wasn't in a rhythm. I'm a rhythm, time and thrower. Tough running the ball, first down, second down. Now it's third and six, and now you got to get a first down. So I was doing a lot of three and outs, a lot of close ball games. Um, but it took some time to really change the philosophy and how the team believe that, that's who we are. It's our identity now. So yeah, just consistency, and it got better throughout the season. Um, but yeah, just consistency, man, and having a goal. The goal was the rushing. That was the goal. So whatever it took for us to get there.
AR-15, man, is the prime case of right system, right coach. I mean, he was walking dead for years in this league, and he gets to St. Louis, and he's the number three player in the MVP race right now, which is amazing, right? What you can do with a player that was cast off, right? Like he was a laughing stock at the quarterback position, like fucking bust. He's rejuvenated his career in one season with the St. Louis Rams. So shout out to
Another
AR-15 in
man
this race right
trash.
now.
Another man treasure, man.
Hmm.
Shout out to AR.
The 6'6" freak Perry Walton, man, out here going crazy. He again, man, this is one of the bigger receivers in the league. Like when I say is a million Randy Mosses running around, but like there's not too many 6'6" receivers that is being utilized the way Perry Walton. I mean, they do everything with him. I mean, he played like he could be a slot, a little receiver, a bit like he do everything. He runs short routes, medium routes. You know what I mean? He can run bubbles. He can run the RPO game. He can get you deep. And Corey does a hell of a job of locating this player when needed, right? And he had that outstanding season year one, and now he's just one of those guys right now where he's just you better know where he's at and account for him at all times, because they'll
Uh,
lure you to sleep with a lot of dink and dunk into the tight ends and the wide receiver twos and next thing you know Perry is screaming and you're like, oh shit, forgot about him. So I like the fact that he's sitting at 4 right now. Them Thunderbirds is really playing good football. All right, man, Mister. I'm gonna need another. I'm gonna have to start putting rings on another finger. Trevor Lawrence is sitting at 5 right now, and he ain't out of the mix just because he in fifth place right now. But he's not out of the mix at 5. And Trevor Lawrence, another one of those quarterbacks that this will be a farewell tour. So if I'm Craig, I'm trying to get the max out of that this year with him. Let's go. Let's go win us another Super Bowl. Uh, open up another hand for a ring and go out with a bang. Trevor has been the best quarterback in the league. And you got to give it to him because of the Bulls. He's been the best quarterback on the league, consistent year after year, and he's not a guy that has to rely on running the ball, handing the ball off to his running back all game long. Like he really goes out and win ball games himself. He's very efficient. His completion percentage has been high since he's been a Seahawk. His win percentage has been super high since he's been a Seahawk. He's a guy that's a first ballot blue jacket for sure. How about Michael Vick for them Dragons? They said, look, man, we're not keeping that Cleveland Brown uniform on him. We're going to put him back in the red and black. Rob got Mike Vick sitting at 6 right now, man, the left-handed. Rob's doing a good job with Mike Vick, man. I know in our game we played, Vick's pretty solid the way he played with him. And you can appreciate when a guy go to a guy, you don't got to worry about him being a graveyard. Like, uh, he looked like Philadelphia Eagles Mike Vick. I don't know if you played him this year or not, but like me playing him, he looked like he can run, still can run, take off, and get you first downs and big runs with his legs. But like he shows his cannon of an arm, and he's
right.
attacking the pocket. So I like what Vic is doing right now. At 7, you got Kenneth Walker, the third, on his farewell tour as well. One of the best running backs in the league at catching the ball out the backfield and rushing for 1,000 yards every year. Kenneth Walker, he was top 5 last year in rushing yards. And he also is one of the best, if not the best, back as a receiver last year. I mean, Eye Candy has kind of took the back seat to him as a receiver out of the backfield. By choice though, right? Like I'm not gonna take away from what you was doing with Eye Candy when you was doing it. I think boredom got you away from Eye Candy and me saying, nah, go get this guy and you need a big back in your backfield. Like
I'm
change up
Daniel
that
and I
shit.
gotta replace my whole team face holding back
How
teams
about
rolling
Daniel
on the
Sharp?
floor
I
laughing.
don't think if a quarterback is fucking 1 in like 15 and shit, they should be on this fucking MVP list. Bottom line,
Nah,
at
nah.
all.
Sure, he shouldn't be.
Fuck that. Jada Styles born right now with the new coach. He's loving their scheme over there. And then Natron Means Jr. is doing big things for the Titans. You know the Titans gonna come with a heavy run game. With the Titans, it come down to being able to run the football and also being able to hit the passes they need to hit at the right time. Simple as that. But they'll be a top 10 MVP race, guys. Yeah, AFC guys, Curtis Martin is winning that race. Your next one is Means. Emmett Brown for the old Bengals, the Dragons right now. LaDainian Tomlinson needs that. Oh, yeah, that's the. I was going to say he need that junior on him. Nope. LaDainian for the Oakland Raiders. They're not no more. They're not in Vegas anymore. The Oakland Raiders and LaDainian Tomlinson is sitting at 4. And at 5, Andrew Roth for the Colts are your top 5 AFC offensive player of the year. And the NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Perry Walton at 1, Kenneth Walker III at 2, Justin Fields at 3, AR-15, and Jackson Smith Najigba. Do we got 100 catches yet? Because he's missed 100 receptions a year, guy. That guy in the slot dominates and has been a dominator since year 1. That's very impressive. Very impressive. All right, Sean Teller, man. Sean Teller, the legend, Sean Teller, 15 interceptions on the year right now, leading in the Defensive Player of the Year award over in the NFC right now. You got Tooley, the outside linebacker slash DN, coming off the edge for the Rams. Teller Kennedy for the Bisons. Mike DN's been playing well, whether it's Kennedy or the other guy over there. They've been playing really well. Thunderbird has Trey Wynn and Mike Ware, the safety, at the top 5 right there. So you looking at Thunderbird, he got one. Damn, he got damn near 5 motherfuckers on him. 1, Sharpton, Hightower, Ware, Wynn. Okay, Corey. Mike got a few up there too. Shout out to the NFC guys. All right, in the AFC, you're looking at Khalif Anderson sitting at number 1. Ain't he a D tackle?
Tackle, sir.
Aaron Gwynn Jr., number 2. Okay, Oilers. Jules Peppers, the second, number 3. Damn, that's how you feel? Like, save some room for somebody else. God damn. I know Andre Cisco got to be 100. And then Randy Sinclair, the linebacker for the Dragons, is sitting at number 5. They'll be the top 5. All right, offensive rookies. You're looking at LaDainian Tomlinson, 1. Marshall Faulk. Marshall. Mike Vick, number 3. Randy Moss, number 4. And Edgerrin James is number 5. Look at those names, Faulk. Oh, my God. LaDainian, Marshall, Mike Vick, Randy Moss, Edgerrin James. How about a Chris Carter sighting over here and an Andre Rison? Shit. The Dragons putting in work right now. They got Antonio Gates, too. All their big 3 they got on offense and shit. Okay, Rob. My nigga Rob. Way to reset and get to it, boy. I fucks with Rob, man. All right, Fred Teller, the number 1 running back, number 1 offensive rookie over there in the NFC. You got Emmitt Smith at number 2, Bo Jackson at number 3, Barry Sanders at number 4, and then we get Terrell Owens at number 5. How about the top 4 running backs, bro? All legends. God damn. That shit look good over here, boy. I love seeing that. That looks sweet. Let's look at the defense. What we talking about? All right, Sean Teller, man. Come on, rest in peace, Sean Teller, sitting up at the top of the list. Brian Dawkins and Mike for the Bisons. Ew. Junior Seau for the Packers. Jared Allen for the Giants. And Ken Houston. For the Commanders, our top 5 right now, man. You got DeMarcus Ware, Dwight Freeney, Richard Seymour, J.J. Watt, and Aqib Talib. All at the top. Look at these legends shitting like that. Good shit. Well, let me talk about the Sam Mills, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Reggie White, Jack Lambert for the Orbits, the old Steelers. Eric Berry, I traded him to the Patriots. He's shitting. Champ Belly at 5. Then you got Darren Woodson. You got Ndamukong Suh at 7. Rod Woodson at 8. Rondé Barber at 9. And Terrell Suggs at 10 for the legends, the rookies this year. Oh, my God. What niggas gonna do, though, with the reset? You gotta bring in these new niggas. Oh, my God, it's about to be crazy over here. Let's go. Best quarterbacks in the AFC, I'm sorry. Mike Vick. You got Daniel Sharp, Dan Marino Jr., Jada Styles, Patrick Richardson, and Woodrow Dantzler are your top 5. NFC, your top 5 quarterbacks are as follows: Justin Fields, AR-15, Trevor Lawrence, Steve Young, and Willie Beeman. We dreaming. We steaming. Kenneth Walker, number one at the running back in the NFC. Emmitt Smith, Fred Taylor, Barry Sanders, and B. John Robinson still holding it down for the Falcons. In the AFC, your running backs are as follows. Curtis Martin Jr., Natron Means Jr., LaDainian Thomas, Jackson Bo Nose, Mark Rock, and no, that's five right there. Okay. Wide receivers in the AFC, Emmett Brown, number one, and Andrew Ross, the speed demon. You got Deuce Page, Will Falk, and Reggie Moss. We're gonna give a shout out to Randy Moss at six
Randy.
for Chargers, man. Give a shout out to him. So shout out to that. All right, Perry Walton, number one, Jackson Smith the Jigba, the best slot in the league. Brian Bennett still holding it down year in and year out. Ike Hilliard, them Florida Gators, fun and gun offense. Terrell Owens at five. Best offensive lineman, you got Alex Simpson, Tristan Wirth, Gerald Westerman, Ian Gray, and Raymond Grant. Let's see if we got any legends up here. Daniel Gray, Titman, DeJuan Jones, Osiris Torrance, and Brandon Johnston. All right, best D lineman in the AFC, looking at Khalif Anderson, Dwight, DJ Freeney, not Dwight. You got Mean Joe Green, Emmanuel Teller, and Cnell Suggs at five for the Baltimore Ravens. NFC, your top D linemen are as follows. Tuli Tuiopolotu. You got Bobby Kellum. I told you Mike got two of them all the time. Mitch Copeland, Matthew Sharpen, and Eric and Zimmer at number five. Best linebackers, you're looking at Maurice Stevenson for the Seahawks, DeMarcus Ware, diaper dandy legend, Deion Mason, Cowboys, Jason Garland, the number one linebacker a few drafts ago for the Bucks, Callum Meredith at number five. AFC, you're looking at Jules Peppers at one, Randy Sinclair at two, Ryan Shazier at three, Emmett Smart at four. Emmett Smart stay on this list. And the Patriots, Emmett Favors is at five. Yeah, smarter dog. DBs in the AFC, Aaron Glenn Jr., Andre Cisco. You got Larry Howard for the Titans. And Anthony Spruce for the Colts. Dion Primetime 2 at number five for the Baltimore Ravens. And the NFC, your DBs are as follows. Sean Teller. You got Trey Wynn, Teller Kennedy, Mike Ware, and DeMarcus Hightower for the Thunderbirds. They go your award race. Still got 3 games left to figure out who's going to do what, when, where, and how. And that's the get twos right now, man. Let's talk about some matchups this week before we get up out of here, man. Shout out again to those guys that are still locked in, knocking their games out. Just want to see the schedule for a little bit, and then I'll look at the playoff tree, and we don't. All right, Raiders Orbit. That to me, that's a big game. Mr. Lab. Y'all don't realize I've been labbing on niggas for the last 5 weeks. Nobody ain't paying attention to it. This is whipping his ass. He just labbing defenses on niggas. All right, you got the Bengals, Ravens. Commanders just won against the Minnesota Vikings. You got the 49ers and Rams matchup. That's big time. Colts, Bills. I like this matchup. See how please whoop Boone ass. Make him stay off the game. Cardinals haven't won a game yet, I don't think, this year. They might have got one win off a forced win. Seahawks, Giants. If I'm live, I'm coming into this game. This is a challenge game for me. Let's see what we can do in this ball game. The last time they was on the big stage, they played the Oilers, who was the formerly known as Jets, and they played a solid game. Can they continue to do that? How about Chargers, Cowboys? Can they stay 13-1 on the road and the struggling new coach taking over midway Cowboys? Broncos, Dragons already played. Rob out here whooping ass. You know what? Let me not do that to my boy Junior. That was a CPU game. My bad. Thunderbirds, Chiefs, 29-21. Okay. Nano took them to the wire. Titans, Falcons. This is a big game for the Titans. Dolphins, Bucks. They in the game right now. Saints, Bisons. Irish Mike Tillman need to win this ball game. The Packers, Lions is another big game right now. So that's the schedule. That's what it looks like going down the stretch right now. And in the playoff trip, the playoffs will start today. You got the Houston Oilers and the Thunderbirds are teams one in the NFC and the AFC. The second seed is the Chargers versus the Broncos sitting at 7. The Jaguars holding the third seed down. They'll be playing the Titans if the playoffs will start today. And then the Dolphins and the Ravens will be matched up in round 1. Niners and the 49ers and the Seahawks will be playing wild card round. You got the Bisons, then the Green Bay Packers, that 3-6, and then the Panthers. Oh my God, even my boy Los is in the playoffs right now.
Oh,
Shit real right now, and I appreciate it. The guys that play their games are benefiting from that this season right now, man. Shout out to Los, shout out to the Chargers, shout out to both of those guys, man. Way to keep rocking and not giving up on nothing and just getting it done, man. Simple as that. I'm your host, man, and here's the franchise guru. Knock your games out. We shouldn't be sitting on week 15 all day on a Sunday when everybody home on a fun day. Other than that, I'll holler at y'all when we holler at y'all. You heard? But gone.